there was so much backlash around that 40 crore retirement number, right? Do you think it's justified? Do you think it is an unnecessary figure? Do you think it was just clickbait? What's your view?
So I just hope that that debate will give rise to people actually writing down how much they need. 9 out of 10 people, or probably 9.9 out of 10 people, don't write down how much they need. Don't do a simple math. You've given an example of 2 lakhs for a 40-year-old at 60, how much they will need, right? If you're spending 2 lakh at 6% compounding, that is 8 lakh at 40, roughly that much. For 8 lakh at that point of time, you will need 20 crore at a 4 or 6% withdrawal plan. Recently, my plan is on 6%. Recently, the AI bot that I use said that at 6%, if market goes sideways for 3 years, you will eat into your capital, so don't do that. So I had to recalibrate it to 4%, right? My withdrawal rate at 4%. Now I think at 4% I'm safe. At 4 or 6%, that's at 20 crores. That is not taking into account any lifestyle expansion. Inflation is not the bigger issue. Lifestyle inflation is the biggest issue. Right.
But the argument is that if you're spending 2 lakhs per month now, you may not necessarily spend that much post-retirement because you know your kids will be out, and I don't agree. I feel like I'm only going to end up spending more, but you tell me.
When has anybody spent less than the previous one? See, it's the previous advice where post-retirement you will start leading frugally. 9 out of 10 Indians do not want to do that, which is the right way. You've actually worked very hard for your retirement, and that post-retirement, when you have time on your side, you will start fulfilling a lot of your fantasies which you could not do because of lack of time. And all those fantasies, all those requirements need only one thing, that is money. If you calculate that and prepare for it, it is very easy to do that. It cannot be done whimsically, it cannot be done on a gut. It is the requirement for financial planning is far more important than any health checkup, is where I look at. You can hide your health and be okay with it. You hide your wealth, you'll be on the street, is a reality. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever, I don't want to get into those words, it is a fact that discussing money in India has been a taboo. That needs to break as on yesterday. And I'm so happy that your discussion has actually woken up a lot of people. I just hope that it does not just restrict them to just give feedback or give a view on what it leads to them now sitting down and doing the math for themselves. They will realize that it's not very way off from a 2 lakh spending perspective. Now, if you think 2 lakhs is what, then you cut it down to 50,000 and see whether somebody who's spending 2 lakhs can actually live a life with 50,000. Because that is what it will mean.
Another thing I noticed since you talked about health, and I think we had this discussion a while back as well, that you have a very high insurance cover, right? I think you have a 3 crore insurance cover or something for you and your wife. Don't you think you're over-insured?
Each to his or own. I do agree it's a little bit more. It was 4 post-COVID because I became a little paranoid. Realistically, I'm 3 now, but I think 2 or 3 is good. I will not go below that.
Why?
See, you go to the hospital, what is the first question? I'm sorry I have to say this. The first question is, do you have insurance?
No, insurance is fair, but a 3 crore insurance for a couple?
It comes of a specific thing. I saw my father spend 15 days in the hospital and I saw how much money was spent. So it's based on, it's a little more than what people do, but at least a 1 crore. My son is covered at 75 lakhs. He's 26, 27.
So on an average, how should one calculate how much insurance cover they need?
So it depends on your health checkup. If your health is great, then you can have some normal checkups. I do come from a diabetic background in my family. So if diabetes comes in, everything changes from the medicine that you have. Right? Yes, I'm born to 2 zoology professors, so a lot of this comes genetically to me. I'm just being honest. But yeah, I'm a little paranoid. I'm not even discounting that. I'm paranoid about my retirement also. I'm absolutely paranoid. If you ask me in June, when you are 82, how much will you withdraw? It's a laid down plan, right? I know how much I'll withdraw. Yes. It's a laid down Excel and it is revisited every
Why
year.
do you think you're so paranoid about money?
I'm not paranoid. I want to lead a life. I've just acknowledged the fact that I need money for that life. I don't run after money. It's not that. If you say that I spent my 30 years of my life without negotiating with money with any of my employer or any of my bosses. If I'm saying this at air, everybody can check back, right? But you can't talk of the outcome, but I acknowledge the fact that if I want to lead a certain amount of life, and I was very good if I went back to Bhubaneswar, but I'm not in Bhubaneswar. And if I've left home, I've left home with certain things in life. I want to do certain things, and I'm right because that's my life, right? And for that, I need this much of money, as simple as that. If you need that much of money, it cannot be a dream. You have to put it in a plan. You have to write it down. That's all I've done.
So you're saying for a couple, average couple, minimum living in a city, a 1 crore cover is something you need.
There was I think Times of India did something. I think if I'm getting the publication right, it said 3.5 crore per family on a tier 1 city. I'm just saying that with the lifestyle expansion, it is 3.5 crores per individual of the family.
Insurance cover.
No. The retirement kitty.
Retirement kitty.
Insurance.
No.
See, you can be happy, but I would say even if it's a 50 lakh cover, don't make it a floater. Make it 50 lakh per person. 50 lakh is not large spending in a hospital anymore. You go to a decent hospital. To be on the safer side, then again it will be that same thing. Then you are praying that the other person will not fall ill. I would definitely look at 50 lakh per person in the family. Not below that.
Okay, 50 lakh per person in the family as an insurance cover, and 3.5 crores you said is the corpus that you would need today.
Per person. That was some insurance at a tier 1 city. But I would say that was per family. I would say because between that survey.
But what age?
At 60.
Oh, at 60. Okay.
That was the broad thing. But I would say 3.5% per person in the family. Then you're at a beginning stage. That is without any glamour to your life.
Okay. All these numbers can get very overwhelming, but you're right. I mean, the conversations need to be had, and they haven't, I guess, this is my view at least, a lot of us grow up with these subconscious money beliefs, right? Like I grew up with a lot of, my parents had like money avoidance. Like for them, money was taboo, money was bad. Investing in the stock markets was like a gamble. They felt they don't deserve to be rich.
True. I completely.
A lot of us.
Wow.
So I've
You're talking about my parents now.
Exactly. So money avoidance is something a lot of people go through, and then now you have to work on breaking out of those patterns, right? And you can only do that. Like I broke out of that pattern because I invest all my money in the stock markets. But a lot of people have not broken out of their subconscious patterns. And I think that is where this argument about retirement and corpus gets very uncomfortable, because having money conversations make people uncomfortable. And that's something that we've had today.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have it, then the risks are very large. See, there is a risk to investing. There is a risk to not investing. At this moment, in this country, the risk to not investing is very large.
Okay, Swarup, we've really had a great time chatting with you. Thank you so much for being on the Money Mindset.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun.